Okay, we're live. Testing, testing. Today on Quality Time with Family Ties, we learn Elise feels the burn.
3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Quality Time with Family Ties. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Pepper. I am here in Los Angeles talking to Paul Packler in New York. How are you, Paul?
Bernie would have won.
Bernie would have won.
Sometimes I just like saying that. Just,
Well,
I piss off some of my centrist friends, things like that. It's
just remind them that Bernie would have won.
exactly, yeah. Just they get really angry. People unfriend me. They argue, and it's fine. But sometimes it's just fun to blow things up a little bit.
It would have been interesting to see what that would have been like.
Couldn't have been worse.
No. There's no way it was worse. So,
and
no.
If you're listening right now and you're upset with us, sorry.
Yeah.
It's the holidays.
I know. I was going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, peaceful Kwanzaa, Happy New Year.
See, you're playing the good cop. I'm playing the bad cop. That's why I'm wearing this black turtleneck.
It's all right. And black turtleneck and the Michael Jackson glove too.
Yeah, well, it's 23 degrees here. It feels like it's in the teens.
Now, are you getting the snow that like Pennsylvania's getting, or not at all?
No, we don't get anything. It's just miserable.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
I took the recycling down, and my feet almost froze right off my body.
It almost hit 90 here in the valley today.
Ugh.
It warmed to a sunny 90.
See, look at that. This episode is all about the yin and yang. You and I are just going to be two sides of a coin. We're just going to be opposites. No matter what I say, you're going to be the 180-degree different.
I'm not so necessarily sure about that if we watch the same show.
Did you love it, Corey?
Oddly enough, no. I detested every moment of this episode.
Yeah, I found myself continually looking away at other things. I couldn't look directly at the screen.
I think what will be fascinating when we look back upon these podcasts is to think about if we had actually graphed how much time it takes me to watch a 22-minute episode. When we first started, I'd sit and watch the 22 minutes consecutively. Now I can take this in such small doses. It's the equivalent of electroshock therapy. I can take like a few seconds of the show and then like it zaps my brain and then I have to like pause it and rest.
Yeah, me too. This one took about 45 minutes for me to get through.
It was painful. And it's so pedestrian, the episode. And now when we tell the story of why this episode is jarring, I almost got whiplash at the beginning of it. It's so jarring because we are right now. First of all, the name of the episode is Anniversary Waltz. It's season 6, episode 15. And they don't mention the fact that you can tell something's up from the opening credits because it's pre-Andrew. There's no Brian Bonsall in the opening credits.
Yeah, I mean, this episode, they date check it. They say that this is their 20th anniversary, and they got married in 1964. So you do the math. Not only is Andy not a child, he's not baby Andy from earlier seasons. This is from 1984, this episode.
And we are currently airing episodes in late December, if I remember correctly, 86, or the very beginning of January, 87. It's
a year past that. This is from 1987.
This is 87.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of crazy that it's sort of just thrown in there. The other jarring thing, of course, is Jennifer has reached puberty during the show, and it's prepubescent Jennifer.
Yeah, she's a completely different character, just in the way that she's the cute kid who says things beyond her age.
Right. Precocious.
Yeah, that's an easier way to say it, yes.
It's just, so the episode sort of starts by slapping me in the face with this jarring thing. Now, when we researched it, this was the beginning of a WGA strike. Is that how it
seems to be the case? Because Scott brought that up, and we started looking. BT dubs, everybody. Scott might join us. He texted us today, but then he hasn't been texting us, so who knows where he is right now.
I'm hoping we don't have to pay a ransom for Scott. If we do, Logan's got cash. We know that.
Yeah, he has more than he needs, in fact. So he's
because we have no idea where Scott is. He's simply stopped responding to texts. But he is in Georgia, which would mean we would be hitting almost a triangulation of the United States.
Yeah, we're covering all the. It's almost like we're at a right angle.
Mm-hmm.
And the flyover states are the hypotenuse of where we all are.
But boy, I'll tell you, this episode, I spent a substantial amount of time during this episode writing down one word: shrill. This was the shrillest episode of Family Ties, perhaps the shrillest episode of any television show I can remember, because it had an A plot and a B plot, and they were the same plot. There was a fight.
That was the most perfect encapsulation of the tone of this episode I think I've ever heard. Like, this is, and they did such a great job sticking to that one word.
I kept on thinking, when are you gonna back off of how shrill this episode is? How sharp-toned every scene was, shrill and nasty and mean-spirited and unlike these characters, and I didn't understand where any of it was coming from, because Alex and Mallory, who have the B plot and the secondary argument in this episode, they have a much kinder relationship than what was shown tonight, and Elise and Steven certainly have a kinder relationship to each other.
Yeah, they've all had fights before, but the acting in this, the way that the characters are presented in this episode, feels like they all hate each other and have for years.
And poor Jennifer is sort of stuck on the sideline, sort of watching and throwing in a quip here or there.
Yeah, it feels like you're living in the Woody Allen character's family shot for half an hour instead of 2 minutes in Annie Hall, the Annie Hall thing. Yeah. It's crazy how much they're yelling.
I took less and less notes as the show went on, simply because I listened less and less. I had to turn it off because all it was the same argument stretched out over 22 minutes.
Yeah, I found the fact that they were so mean to each other nice, that it was a different dynamic, that this is something I hadn't seen on Family Ties before, the yelling and the snark and the backbiting and all of these things. I was like, well, this is something different. But again, like you said, that it continued and stayed at 11 the whole 24 minutes. I didn't give a shit anymore.
No, Steven really seemed like he had a hair across it the whole show. He was just grumpy, from the rain, from the car not working, all of his gripes at the beginning. We'll start at the beginning. We're in the living room at the beginning, and they're going, the kids are going over a photo album. And it appears as though they're looking at old pictures of Steven and Elise, because they're coming up on Steven and Elise's 20th anniversary.
Yeah, we're learning lots of biographical details in this episode, and had it aired in 1984, meaning earlier seasons, I would have been very excited to take down all this biographical data and connect it to what we know about the Keatons. Like, we learned, I think, Steven's middle name in this episode. But again, because they put it here and now, I couldn't give less of a shit.
I'm guessing they never aired this episode simply because of what we said already, our headline. The episode's too shrill. It doesn't present the Keatons in a very good light. And 6 seasons in, they feel a little bit more secure of showing the Keatons in a relatively negative light. And I think earlier in the show, it could have turned people against the Keatons because they're so unpleasant in this episode. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a good point, because when the episode started, I was asking myself, why did they wait for this one? And it must have been the tone. But at the same time, it's funny in watching this episode, because it is from an earlier season, you feel that the writers cared a bit more.
Absolutely. There were moments that I thought during the arguments, and once again, I tuned a lot of it out because it was so sharp-tongued. I thought they were at least writing quips and barbs and zingers at each other. It was mean-spirited, and I couldn't care less, but at least they cared.
Yes,
So we find out at the end of the scene that the Keatons, Stephen seems grumpy about this anniversary, and Elise seems almost hell-bent on having a 20th anniversary party. And a lot of suggestions are made as to where they could have the party, but you know it, you love it. You can't live without it. It's going to be Guido's.
Right. I was hoping it was going to be Guido's. I was so excited when Elise brought it as a place to go.
I know. She suggested it, and I immediately thought to myself, of course it's going to be Guido's. And although Stephen poo-poos Guido's, we all know exactly how piss elegant Guido's is for Dayton, Ohio. So we got to go to Guido's. We cut to the kitchen, and Elise is sitting there going over the menu for the 20th anniversary party. You know, it's so clear. Everybody's A to B. Everyone's path in this is so clear. She wants a party. He doesn't. Alex has read Mallory's diary. Mallory's unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're all just immovable objects and unstoppable forces. And this whole episode is just throwing them together, and then we see what happens, and nothing obviously will happen because it's an immovable object and an unstoppable force.
And if you think of it in terms of literary terms, we told the writers we want a plot where Alex has read Mallory's diary and Mallory's angry, and they work for a week on it, and they come back and they pretty much hand you Alex has read Mallory's diary and Mallory's unhappy. And you go, you worked a week on that? And they go, well, we fleshed it out a little bit. We got it's like on 7 or 8 pages, but yeah.
See all the jokes? See all the jokes we have in it?
Yeah, there are a couple of jokes. They put each other down a little bit. She makes fun of him. He makes fun of her. Ultimately, what happens? Nothing. Okay, we'll use it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Can you remember at this point what happens in the final moments when do they apologize to each other?
Oh, you bet. In the final moments of the show? Yeah, they do, unfortunately.
No. I mean, about the diary. Like, is it during the family meeting?
Alex and Mallory, yeah, they're forced to shake hands.
Zoink.
Yeah. Alex, Stephen and Elise forced them to shake hands. But I hate to shoot my wad this early in the show.
I know. # spoiler. We got ahead of ourselves. I'm sorry.
Okay, because we're getting to something that's really good here in this kitchen scene. Let's see. Stephen's car wouldn't start. He left it at work. He took the bus home from work. It's raining outside. He is soaking wet. And most importantly, he forgot the fish balls.
All right, so let's start. I immediately side with Stephen in this. If your car doesn't start and you get home late because you have to take the bus to go home and it's raining, you don't own an umbrella, and apparently you're not living in New York City where you can just buy one on a corner when it rains.
I get it.
It sucks. Mm-hmm. And then for Elise to be giving him the whatabouts for what are you drinking there, Corey?
Just some diet ginger ale.
Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives him the whatabout, like because they're doing like this like David Mamet satiric name thing with Long John Silver's. Like that's what obviously they're trying to say. It's fast food seafood.
So is that what you thought the fish balls were? Fish balls were fish sticks or fried fish?
Yeah, I thought they made up some fast food bullshit that he didn't pick up, and they made up some like Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters or something. It's from That Thing You Do, the Tom Hanks vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, she's really mad at him for not picking up dinner, and then everyone starves like they're in some Dickensian hellscape. Like they don't have any food in the house.
There's no food in the house, and there's no way of like even in 1987 ordering a pizza by phone.
Yeah, hey gang, you've called Guido's before. In fact, you called Guido's to set up the party.
I hate to remind you people of something here. I've graduated from college by this point in 1987, and I've already become a parent in 1987. You can order a pizza from Domino's. I lived on pizza in Domino's in college. So,
In 1987?
yeah, 74 through 77, 10 years earlier, I was calling for pizzas. So they could have called for a pizza. There's no emergency for fish balls.
There was a time when all you could order and have them deliver was pizza or Chinese food, right?
That's correct. That's when I grew up. It was pizza or Chinese food. Those were the only options.
No one else delivered.
Mm.
That's so interesting.
No. And now you can get fucking tampons delivered in 10 minutes.
I know. I just had mine just got here.
And
I don't know why did I do that. I was just yes-anding and it made no sense.
No, it was all right. I appreciated that too. My favorite thing is I here are the two most luxurious things I've ever ordered by phone.
Oh, this is already so much more interesting than the episode.
I know. This is the height of bougie right here, okay? These are the two most bougie things we've ever done. I did order a bottle of liquor one night. Susanna and I were home. I don't think there was a child in the house. And she said, oh, we don't have any booze in the house. And I said, well, we could probably find something. And I found an app called Drizzly. And you can order booze by phone, and it's not jacked up. The price isn't jacked up, and they deliver it like within a half hour.
Nice. So wait, is it that you can get like hard liquor or beer or what?
Yeah, okay, it's there. Hard liquor.
Wow.
Delivered to the door. And of course, my other favorite thing, which of course is routine here in Los Angeles, is your medical marijuana can be delivered right to your door.
What? Oh my goodness.
With no jack up in price at all. And literally within a half an hour.
I mean, let's talk hypothetically for a second.
Right,
hypothetically, let's pretend I'm like the type of person who would like to do drugs. I don't know how people get connected to finding these things.
Mm-hmm.
But to have an app, it's like not only do you have to not have to like talk to people and like wink at them all the time on the street, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Well, somebody said to me the other day, right before Christmas, they said, have you done all your Christmas shopping? And it was like, yeah, of course I've done all my Christmas shopping. It was like 3 days before Christmas. It was like, what kind of fool do you think I am? I didn't wait till the last minute. I'm a grown man. And
wait, your pot delivery person said this?
No, somebody else.
I thought he was like an idiot who just dropped it off and they were like,
it could have been a dispensary person, not a delivery person.
Oh, okay. So okay.
And you done your Christmas shopping? Yeah, of course I've done all my Christmas shopping. And I said, and he goes, yeah, I gotta hit the mall tonight. It was like, what do you ever think I went to a fucking mall? You think I set foot in a mall? What are you, insane? I do it in my boxer shorts sitting in front of this damn computer.
Yeah. I
did it one afternoon. I had the best time Christmas shopping. Everybody gave me such good lists this year. Both my kids, thank God, are old enough to give me actual lists. Griffin and Mimi send me fucking links. They send me hyperlinks to what they want.
Totally.
And they give me a range of gifts ranging from, $10, $12 to $200, depending on how much, what I want to get them, how many gifts I want to get them. Mm-hmm. They give me a whole range of stuff. It's so considerate and so easy. And I sat here this year and it was like, okay, here's Griffin, here's Mimi, here's Logan, here's Susanna, here's myself. Okay, we took care of everybody. There we go. It's all done.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Much better than this episode.
Yeah, it's tough. Is there any of your app ordered liquor in that diet?
No, I'm not drinking tonight. No.
All right.
I had my oral surgery last week. I had my tooth pulled last week.
Oh my goodness, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, except I've got a hole in my mouth.
Do you it's good for that, drinking sugar-laden water.
The diabetic does not drink sugar, my friend.
All right. Did they give you any some pain medication for that hole?
Oddly enough, they did.
How's that working out?
That was delightful. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I need an app.
As a veteran Ambien abuser, I have to tell you that I enjoy an Ambien break, and I went straight for my Tylenol with codeine that I got, and it was delicious. Tylenol number 3 is just about the best. I do appreciate it, and it gave me a solid night's sleep.
Oh, nice. Some people
Mhm.
don't get that. When you have some sort of an opiate, it makes your sleep a little erratic.
Absolutely, but this no knocked me out. It was really good. So but now I'm back to my Ambien again. You know, whatever,
No.
whatever I can, whatever I can knock myself out with.
I've never
You know, so
tried Ambien. A lot of comedians do it and then write funny things when they're on it.
oh, oh, Griffin has the most amazing letters that I've written him while on Ambien.
What kind of letter? Like an email?
Indeed, I've emailed him stuff that he has saved and that he does public readings of that are side-splittingly funny and that I have zero recollection of.
Now that's the thing that always shocks me when people say this about Ambien is that they do all this stuff and then don't remember it at all.
Zero recollection of it. We call it the Ambien tapes.
Mhm.
I think he should do public readings of it. I think he should record it. I've told him to put it on the internet. One of them is about the funniest letter. I wish I could say that I wrote, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't know. I composed it, I suppose, but I was so effed up. And if he reads it aloud, he reads it with the punctuation, with the capital letters that I put on it, all of the emotion, and it's a good, I'd say it's a good 3-4 minute read, and there's typos, it goes on for some time, and the crux of it is fight the good fight, and I don't know
Stop
what any. I swear, I'm gonna have to get it. I know Griffin has it somewhere. I may even have it saved somewhere in my emails. He definitely has it saved because I at least once a year ask him to read it to me.
Yeah, please, one of you record this. I really need to see it.
It's pretty spectacular. It's good. It's
That's
really
amazing.
yeah. Wow, fish balls, huh? Should we go back to this? Do we have
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the fishbowl argument, Alex and Mallory come in and they're arguing about the diary. And this is where, Alex is reading. Mallory knows that Alex is reading her diary because Alex keeps on using words that aren't in his vernacular, like grody.
Yeah, or tubular, or what, bitchin', or whatever. Whatever the kids were saying in 1984.
Which once again made Mallory seem like an idiot, which she isn't. So there were no fish balls. So what were they going to have for dinner? It looked like they were going to eat cereal for dinner.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
the roof started leaking.
Whoo boy. Well, I mean, that was a big downpour outside of that back window.
That house just fell apart in no time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you know, these Keatons, the course of love never did run smooth. Is that did I just make that up, or is that a thing?
I don't know. You could have just gone with that, and you would have sounded like the most interesting man in the world.
Well, I don't drink Dos Equis, but when I do, I usually throw up.
But you could have gotten away with that, and that would have been like, wow. Damon would have thought that was particularly profound.
Well, lots of people think that I'm profound, and then if they stick around a little bit longer, I'll undercut it or prove that I'm not.
Let me rephrase. I hope Damon would find that profound.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I'll tell you, this scene transforms into the living room where we're having an argument now about the guest list. We opened the last scene having an argument about the menu. Now we're having an argument about the guest list because there appears to be about an 8-page guest list for this 20th anniversary party at Guido's.
Guest list for a party.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Make a few phone calls. I don't understand why there's such a.
When you have big anniversaries or birthdays or whatever, yeah, you want people to come or whatever and stuff like that. But I feel like the older you get, the less you want people to do that, right?
Absolutely. We're coming up. Our 20th anniversary is next year.
Wow. Is there going to be a guest list?
Yeah, the guest list is me and her.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to have birthday parties. No, I don't want to go out. Nikki and I go to dinner. We'll go to a play or a movie or something, and that's it.
Nikki's substantially younger than you, isn't she?
Oh, sure.
No, she's got, she's 21, 22?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And so, it's that age difference between the two of you it's vast, isn't it?
It's not. It's not a vast age difference. We're pretty much the same age. I was like, where are we going with this? What if I run
I was,
for? What if I
I was trying to make
run
you
for
sleep
some
for a moment. I was
politician's
just hoping,
office or something?
I was hoping that would sound more interesting this episode. Because you know why? I'll tell you the God's honest truth. I just looked down at my page and I saw after I wrote they have an argument about the guest list in this third and last scene of the first act. The only thing I have written down for the rest of the act is shrill, 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 shrill. It got real chirpy here at the end of the scene, and all they were doing was sniping at each other. Elise and Steven, they were just going at it full
Well,
bore.
it was in this scene when they're talking about people for the guest list, and they name drop two of our favorite characters from Days of Yore, Suzanne and Ron, the Jay Tarsis character.
Yes,
whom we
I
don't
did know.
get to see in this episode.
I know. I was hoping, but who we do get to see, and this could be a good moment to talk about it because we spend a lot of time talking about him in this episode, is Bernie Packler. I'm sure that you're going to correct me and tell me exactly what his name is, but I'm sorry, it's Bernie Packler.
Yeah, he's definitely related to me in some way.
In some way, who appears to be the world's most irritating man.
What? How could he be a Packler if that's the case?
I don't know. I'm guessing there's some people who might think you're the world's most irritating man. It's possible.
What? Do you honestly think there are people that think
anybody ever do you think that about you, that anyone's ever found you irritating? You know that people probably have found you irritating.
Yeah, I do. It hurts sometimes to know that, but it's true.
It's funny. When I was your age, it hurt. And as you get older, here's the good news. As you get older, you don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah, you become almost amused by it.
Well, here's the thing. It used to be that way, where when I was younger, when I was irritating, I didn't care. Now that I'm not irritating, I really care. And then...
Okay, I agree with you there. When I think back to my youth, when I was really, really irritating, I didn't care. I was heartless. I was cruel to people for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
Then you're right. Then you start to care.
And then it hurts that you were.
And it's like, oh, shit, I'm such a shithead to people. I got to stop that.
Yeah. And then when you get older, you just go back.
And then it's like I just accept myself. It's like, okay, and anyone's going to like me.
Well, that's something I've looked forward to then. That's nice.
I tell students that in my very first class. I said, I'm going to tell you something about me. I have a strong personality, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. Just smile and nod your head. I'm pretty much an idiot, and I'll buy anything. As long as you're polite to me, I'll buy it. You can hate my guts. Feel free to hate me. I get it. If you do, I get it. I'm a loud, obnoxious New Yorker. I totally understand. I'm very opinionated, and I spout my opinions out without anybody even asking me.
Yeah, I'm so deep in it. I'm so deep in it right now that literally this week I was like, why do I have opinions about anything? What the fuck do I know about anything? That's where I'm at right now. That's how far on that bell curve I am. No, it's sad.
Right? At least we're not Matt Merchant.
Oh no. He's on some sort of like double helix right now. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm so glad it's that screener time of year when Matt Merchant can tell me what I should watch and what I shouldn't.
Oh shit, what screeners have you gotten yet?
All I've gotten, the only one I've gotten is I, Tonya.
I have that and Get Out.
Oh, when did you get Out? Did you get that?
I think just a day or two ago.
Yeah, they just got I, Tonya yesterday was the first one. And then I've read on Facebook that some people have Roman Israel Esquire already.
What the hell I haven't even heard of that one.
The Denzel movie.
Okay.
Have you seen Lady Bird? That's the one I'm most excited to see.
No, I haven't seen it yet because I was figuring it would come on a screener.
Exactly. You saw Star Wars, of course.
I did. I thought it was good.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
Logan and Griffin went and saw it, and it was okay. I think they thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I won't do that. I can't do that.
You didn't like the originals?
No. What was the last one?
Wait, what did you say? You broke up there for me.
I didn't like the originals, but I did like A Force Awakens.
Interesting.
I did. I liked the J.J. Abrams one. I thought it was good.
It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
My voice is echoing
in my ear right now.
Well, then it's an appropriate time for us to take a break because
Yeah,
we're
let's
at the end
take
of the
a break.
first act.
And then we'll start a new one of
these.
Okay.
God, I hate my voice. After that talk about me being irritating, now all I hear is my own voice. We'll be right back.